Now, I've talked about a lot of different weapons when it comes to Ghost Recon Wildlands, a lot of the DLC weapons, and today we're going to be looking at the Stampede shotgun. Now, this shotgun is one of the DLC weapons, and it is, you could call it a pump action shotgun, because after every shot you do have to charge it up again and then execute your next shot. And for what it's worth, it looks like a pretty unique weapon. For those of you who like the Western style of a weapon, if you like trying to be all I guess you could say Red Dead Redemption style weapons, this is the weapon for that scenario. If you guys like to have the cowboy look even, or to be some type of Western figure of some sort, then this is that weapon that you could use for that scenario. Of course, you can't see what really goes into this weapon, and just looking at it, I wouldn't be able to tell you that there's much you could do to it, besides the fact that, of course, you could just put a sight on here or anything. But this is the shotgun, and I hope you guys will get some pretty useful information out of this video. What is going on, all you Ghost Recon Wildlands fans? Unpredictable 60 here, bringing you guys the next gun review in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Sorry if I sound sick earlier. I do sort of have, I guess, allergies, and I'm taking, like I said in the last video, I'm taking medicine for that. I'm trying to get over it, and it's really just annoying to deal with because it does interfere with me when I film, and you know, messes up my voice. And I hate that I might sound scraggly to you guys at times, or even have to stop and clear my throat or something stupid like that. So I apologize ahead of time. And of course, this is the shooting of this weapon, and it's not that, it doesn't have the best fire rate, but it is very accurate, very powerful weapon, and it's something that can be utilized to a really good advantage if you're having very close quarters fights, or even want to take out vehicles, because this weapon is very much the weapon for that scenario. You guys can see in this next bit right here that it is very useful when it comes to taking out vehicles. Right here, it took one shot, but that was also because my other teammates were his other teammates were shooting at it. Mind you, this is not my gameplay, that's why I just corrected myself. I just want you guys to know none of this guy with the orange clothes, Notorious Blaze, is not me. I am Unpredictable 60. So if you guys see this character, that is my friend's footage. He helped me to get, well, he bought the stuff for me to be able to film over, and of course I'm presenting it to you guys through his gameplay. And a lot of what goes on here is people ask me, well, how do you get the weapon? Did you tell us where to find this weapon? And of course my answer is always, you cannot find these weapons. They are only purchasable, whatever. You can only get them through, you can only get them through the DLC. So it's basically, you have to, I hope you got your wallets ready, because you have to put money into the game to buy credits, and in the game there's credits you can use to then buy the weapon packs. Not all weapons come in one pack. There are separate different DLC packs you can get, and this is honestly the last weapon that I'm going to be talking about, at least from the DLC, because there's only like 9 or so weapons total as of now for DLC weapons. Now there is weapons you can get off of bosses that are only unique to just that one boss, and you can only find them through that one boss, so I'll be doing those as well. But you guys can see here, this is of course the Stampede, and he was able to execute some pretty long range shots and actually be very accurate with it. But of course it does not come with a silencer. You can't attach one on here. This is the weapon aimed down with its sights. Of course, you really don't have much visibility when it comes to aiming down your sights. It's still just as much as looking off your shoulder. I mean, you might as well be doing off the shoulder, in my opinion. That's just me, because you know, shotguns have a long spread the further out that it goes, and you're gonna have a harder time taking people out. As you guys can see right here, it's probably going to result in you going down. It's just not in the best scenario to use this at a long distance, and I would honestly say 50 meters or closer would give you the best accuracy when it comes to using this shotgun. Now, of course, given the fact this is a shotgun, you have to keep in mind this is a weapon to be used at close range. So if you are within a base or something, or even like in close range of having to breach and clear a building, this would be the best time to use that weapon, because of course anyone who knows how to use a shotgun understands that in realistic games like this, shotguns don't go very far. I'm not really including Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is not very realistic to me, and it does not justify how real shooting a shotgun really is, because of course it's just something that's supposed to be entertaining for you. And of course that's why I really don't see the realism in games like that. So with this type of game, it actually gives you a chance to see the realism when it comes to shotguns. Now, of course, shotguns can go very far in real life. I understand that. And of course, in this game, they try to keep it as realistic as possible, I see. And that's why they don't have all kinds of different things you might see in other games, such as Call of Duty. And you know, I'm referring to weapon skins really, because with weapon skins you don't really see all the cool crazy colors that you could have in this game that you could see in that game. Now, I'm not really going off of what they might do for future DLC. I'm just going off speculation so far, what I've seen and what I have witnessed so far in this game. There's no really just random things in this game. It's all they're really trying to stick to the realistic setting. So I could appreciate that though, because this game really has proven itself, and I really didn't want to hype this game up, because every time I've hyped up a game recently, especially with Division, I've been disappointed with that game. And honestly, it's really to do more so with the armor leveling in that game, and that's really what messed it up. And that's why I think this game is a lot different than that game, because you don't have a armor level or of some sort in this game, and it just goes off of a base level and then a skill tree, which I much prefer that over armor level, because it gives you more of a dynamic to actually have to play the game. It gives you more of a choice of what you want to do, what you want upgraded first, and how useful one of the upgrades can be to you. And that's why I prefer this game over Division, because you know, there's all different types of settings. It's not always snowing, it's not always one different or one, you know, setting. It's always something different. It's always new. It's always keeping you on your toes, so to speak. And it's just something that I like about this game, that they added all these different environments all in one location. It's just really cool to me that they really looked at Division and said, wow, we lost our fan base because of this game. So, you know, this game was in the works for about 4 years or so, and you know, I can see that they did a lot of work to this game. But getting back to this weapon, it's just a weapon that to me is more so for you cowboys. I mean, he's even dressed, my friend is even dressed for the perfect scenario to have this shotgun. And you know, tight spaces like in a cave like this, it's very useful to have a shotgun. And you know, you don't have to be, you know, as accurate in here, and you can still even aim down sights and still be very accurate, just because it's such close quarters, and you don't have to really worry about missing your shot. And even if he didn't kill a person in the first hit, he's guaranteed to do it in the second hit. You know, it's one of those scenarios where it's just really easy to utilize and have an advantage at that point. But out here in the open like this, it's just, you know, something that's hard to try to cope with when it comes to using shotguns. But even you guys can see right there, it took 3 shots to take down a vehicle with this thing. So it's very useful to upgrade the vehicle damage output when it comes to using shotguns like this, and that's probably one of the things that helped him. It might be maxed out, but of course it's very useful to maximize your damage output for vehicles, because it does help you, especially like I said, when it comes to using shotguns, because you guys just witnessed how useful that really can be, and you don't have to worry about going down at any given point, because you know that your weapon's gonna have your back. Now, I know I might get a lot of messages saying, well, you know, you just basically described, because I still can't get that out of my head. I had a guy make a comment and say that you just basically gave the average opinion that any gamer would know about a weapon. And I'm like, well, listen, dude, I mean, there's only so much you can say about these weapons. And I know I said this in my last video, but just in case you didn't see that last video, then I just want to mention that there's only so much you can really talk about when it comes to weapons like this, because the weapon outputs aren't that much different than weapons you can find in the game. And it's just like, what more could I possibly bring to you as far as how good this weapon is? You know, I personally think that weapons like this are worth it. If you want a weapon with cool design, then this is the weapon that you want, because a lot of weapons in the game you can't put designs like this on it, and it's like one of a kind, and it's like the only way you're gonna get it is if you actually put money into it, and not a lot of people want to do that. So that's why I've been making these videos and presenting them to you, so you guys can see just how useful these weapons really are, if they're any better than the weapon that already is in the game, or weapons that you might be able to find across the map. But even a weapon like this, I'm really not too sure you could find this weapon, or if it's even in the game as something that you can find and you can just decorate yourself. But I mean, you guys can see how useful this thing is. It's very, to me, worth the money. And of course, like I said, I just don't know what else to really tell you guys besides the differentiation here is the fact that it's got a cool design to it. Now, if there's anything, you know, as far as, you know, accuracy or anything like that, or damage output, then I mean, that's something that you guys can compare. You know, you can watch the beginning of this video, see the stats for it, and then compare it to a weapon that's already in the game and see if it's something that you want to get. But enough of me ranting. I think I'm going to end it right here, guys. Thank you all for watching this video. If you all have enjoyed this episode of Ghost Recon Wildlands weapon review, then go ahead and rate this video with a thumbs up and just show us some love, and just that way I know you guys are appreciating the content. And of course, this is the last video of the DLC content that I can bring to you guys for now. If there's any future DLC coming out, I'm sure I or my friend will get a hold of it, and that way we can showcase it to you guys and I can present it for you all. And if you guys want to go ahead and share this video to anybody so we can get the word out there a lot faster, it'd be much appreciated, because I do enjoy seeing you guys interact with me and enjoying these videos, you know. So if you guys have any comments or questions, then go ahead and leave them down below in the comment section, and you know, I'll definitely be communicating with you all as far as what your opinion is on this guns and what you think versus my opinion. So it's always good to get a second opinion, and it's always fun to talk to you guys, as I always say. If you guys are fans of Ghost Recon Wildlands, go ahead and subscribe, because there will be a lot more videos coming your way. I will be doing setup videos such as, you know, what attachment goes best with what weapon and how good it can be with that attachment, and so on and so forth. So just keep in mind that this isn't over. There's plenty more to come, and I may even do just silly moments, funny moments with you all as far as what I do with my friends on this game and things that might come up. But we have some pretty epic and funny moments when it does come to this game, and any game really. So just stay tuned for that, and there will be a lot more coming your way. There also will be, you know, a lot more Overwatch videos coming. There will be more top 5s. I don't think I'm going to do one today because I don't really have any footage to present, and you know, none of my friends have really been on to record anything, and neither have I, so I really just don't have anything as of now. So I think I'm going to skip it this week. And thank you all for watching this video. If you guys want to mention something, or even just want to say hey, then go ahead and do that too. But on that note, Unpredictable is out.